Hey, this is Wilson. No Jason this week as always. No Galvez either. But Shane and the other Jason, I shouldn't even call him the other Jason. He's the main Jason. Jason, Big Mitch, Mitchell are back once again, my new co host. And we're going to get into, it's been a lot. I think we last recorded 2 weeks ago. So we're going to get into all the stuff that's been going on in Lakerland. Starting with, the biggest news is Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant becoming available. The Nets are willing to move on from them. And the Lakers have been, they've been mentioned in talks for both players, but specifically Kyrie Irving. That's the one that seems like a most serious possibility. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into free agency. Lakers signed several players in free agency. We're going to get into them drafting Max Christie, and then maybe a little summer league at the end. Okay, but let's start with the Kyrie thing. So Kyrie opted into his contract, right? So the final year of his deal. At first, it seemed like well, he was shopping around, he was looking around for potential trade partners, and he couldn't find any. And then he said, "Okay, well, I'll just opt in. I'll be back in Brooklyn next year." And was it the next day or something that that Garnett, that Durant comes out and he says that he wants a trade. And all of a sudden, of course, as soon as Durant and it comes out that it's going to take a king's ransom for somebody to get Durant from the Nets, but the Nets have said, or that's the report, the Nets are willing to move on from both of them. So as soon as Durant requests a trade, then obviously Kyrie he's back in play, and so there's been all that, and so but the Lakers once again, it's really, so I was going to say it's been rumored that Kyrie's basically trying to force his way to the Lakers. This is where he wants to be, is in Los Angeles, back with LeBron. And, the Lakers with Westbrook and some of their young pieces, the money could match. It could work. And then Durant will have to see. He doesn't seem as likely to come here. But it was mentioned briefly at the beginning when it was first became known that he wanted out. Okay, so what do you guys? I mean, we Shane in the last episode almost got ready to say something about it, and then you didn't. I guess back then it was kind of more of a faint, thing, but it moves if things move so quickly in this league. I'll start with Shane. Shane, what are your thoughts on a scale of 1 to 10? How much do you want to see Kyrie Irving a member of the Lakers?
On me, as far as me wanting to see him as a Laker, I give it a 10. But the longer this drags out, makes it less likely that's going to happen for me. Because I'm hearing that there's possibly a third team that's going to be at it because they don't want Russell Westbrook. And this whole thing is, the Lakers are not giving an aggressive offer or haven't been aggressively pursuing Kyrie. So that's cap. And they're saying that because they want to include everything they got, which means THT, none, and the draft picks at Westbrook, which you don't really need to do in this situation. But again, the longer this drags out, because if it was really just either a Joe Harris or Seth Curry thing, that's to me that should be an easy decision. And if we're going to do it, to do it. If we accepted Joe Harris. What's the problem not doing the deal? We accepted Joe Harris. So that's what's bugging with this. I feel like they're holding off because of KD, and Kyrie could possibly be included in that deal if there's multiple teams involved, which would affect us getting Kyrie, and we have to go to the backup plan, and the backup plan is even harder than this plan. So that's where I'm at with.
And what's the backup plan?
Yeah, what's the backup plan?
The backup plan is to go after Miles Turner and Buddy Hield.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting.
As you know,
Shane's got sources, so
they don't want Westbrook either. I mean, I don't have quote unquote sources, but like I said, I'm following Laker Nation and Laker Nation, and been on it. So,
Oh, thought you were on your way to be in the new Shams or something. My bad.
no, I don't want that job. I'm good. And then the backup is also Eric Gordon, which is also going to be harder.
The backup. Mitch, where do you stand on all this stuff?
Gosh. Well, listen. I love Kyrie as a player. I love Kyrie as a person. I don't know if I want him on my I don't know if I want him on my team though. And I'm not just saying this because I have a Russell Westbrook shirt and a jersey. And it's because I'm not saying this because I don't know what I would do with them if Kyrie comes, That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it because Kyrie is a great player, but I'm looking at his games played. The most games he's ever played in a season is 75. He's only played over 70 games 3 times in his career. The last time he played over 70 games was in 2016, 2017. Over the last 3 years, he's played 29 games, 54 games, 20 games. The man hold on, no, let me finish. The man does not show up to work. It's really that simple. Like obviously, I think when on the court, we know what Kyrie can do. I think everybody knows what Kyrie can do when he's on the court. The problem is he's never on the court, and
who's
lately he hasn't been on the court. So we're not we might not be getting the Kyrie that we're imagining because again, I'll say it again. Past 3 years, 29 games, 54 games, 20 games. What is that? What is that going to do for me? At least if we keep Russell, I know he's going to show up to work. It may not be pretty. We may struggle a bit, but I mean, if we do keep Russell, which I mean, it's looking like we're not going to keep Russell, but if we did, I really thought that Darvin Ham with his new staff, I thought that they could, potentially find a way to make Russell fit in. We're not going to get that chance. Now we're going to have Kyrie, and we're going to be praying that he can actually show up to work. And I would also like to, say that, Greg has really been pushing for this, and I'm holding him personally responsible for all of Kyrie's behavior. So
here's what you're
I
missing.
want that on the record.
Here's what you're missing, though.
What am I missing? Please tell me.
The last 3 years, when you say he only played 29 games, 22 games.
Okay.
Who was that equation?
Say what now?
The last 3 years, when you said he's only played 29 games, 22 games. Who was missing from that equation?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
What player was missing from that equation? What player was not?
What does that have to do with him playing games?
Have to deal with it because was he doing that with LeBron?
We're not talking about his stats. We're talking about him
that's what I'm
being
saying.
on the court.
Was he missing games like that when he was with LeBron?
Let's see. He played 53, 72 with LeBron. When did LeBron go back to the Cavs? Does anybody know off top?
It's 2018. So they played 3 years together, 15, 16, 17.
15, 16, 17. Okay. 75, 53, 72 games played.
There you go. And LeBron
there's
already
53 in there.
And LeBron
53 games is not great.
It's better than 22 And that's more than what AD might play.
So you're saying LeBron is his personal trainer?
No, I'm saying LeBron got him.
LeBron got what?
He got him. He will get him in line. I'll put it like that's. I'll put it like that. Maybe not
Listen,
the right words to use, but he'll get him right.
So you're saying LeBron is going to be his personal trainer?
Not personal. Why would he be his personal trainer? But anyway, I'm saying, okay, I'll like this.
You're not saying much. What you're saying is nonsense because
he's never missed. He's never not played more than 30 plus games when he's with LeBron. 1, 2.
Coincidence.
Already spoke. 3. LeBron has co-signed this and wants him badly, as reported.
I don't think
4.
you understand. I don't think you understand me bringing up the fact that he misses games. Sure, this past season, it's because it was extracurricular why he was missing games. The other seasons, it's because he's hurt. So that's why I'm asking.
Well, I mean, if he's hurt,
LeBron
you can't
going to
help
be his
if he's
personal?
hurt. But as far as extracurricular stuff,
Exactly my point. If he's hurt, what good is he? He's been hurt. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like I said, that's already a factor. But if you accept Joe Harris got the same thing. So it's like,
What does Joe Harris? Listen, Kyrie and Russell are the major parts of this deal. What does Joe Harris have to do with Kyrie's health?
that Joe Harris has been a sticking point, and Joe Harris's health is questionable too.
Oh my gosh. What does Joe Harris's health have to do specifically with Kyrie's health? Explain that.
It has nothing to do with his health, but it has everything to do with the deal.
No, that's it. No, there's nothing. I'm not talking about the deal.
And as far as Kyrie's health, for the most part, he's been healthy.
No, he hasn't. He's never played a full season.
He's been healthy for the past year. He would have played this whole year if it wasn't for the vaccine situation and New York's dumbass rule.
Whose fault is that, though?
That's not his fault. He has a right to choose not to take it.
It's not his fault. Why? Because
he has the right to choose not to take it.
It's not
his fault that they put a mandate in where actual New York players can't play actual home games.
Listen,
unless they vaccinated.
It's not his fault that the mandate was in place. It's his fault for making the choice that he made. He's responsible for his choice, and it is what it is.
He has the right to refuse or take what he put in his body. So.
I didn't say that he didn't. I'm saying he made his choice. But
so you seem like you're faulting him for his choice.
I mean, Andrew Wiggins had to make that choice too, and look how it worked out for him.
Wiggins made the choice for his teammates.
Wiggins made the choice for his teammates. So
that's fair, but that's also a very dicey situation that ended up working out. Because you can't force nobody.
If we're going off of results, Andrew Wiggins got the shot, and they won a championship.
It ended up working out, and he looks good for it. But at the same time, that was
coincidence. So you're saying it's a coincidence? That's what you're saying.
I'm saying it ended up working out.
So you're saying it's a coincidence?
Like I said, that's a dicey situation.
So you're saying it was.
So why is it a dicey situation, though, Shane?
Yeah, why?
Because he could have took it, and then he feels a way about it, or he could have took it and he has some side effects to it, and one thing could have led to another.
I think he took it.
He didn't want to do it for religious reasons and how he felt about it, but because
I think Andrew Wiggins took it because he knew they had a shot to win the championship, and he didn't want to miss games.
Right, and that's valid.
I mean, Kyrie didn't take it because he calls himself sticking up for the little guy, and
he had reservations about taking it.
I mean, yeah, he did, and It's hard to say, man. Listen.
So I mean,
We can't tell
season
him
that's
what to
his
do with
health.
his body. It's just
The Joe Harris thing, right? So I'm reading here. This is Crispy Haynes, who's been in the middle of all this stuff. Okay, he said, okay, this is what he wrote for Yahoo. The Los Angeles Lakers and Brooklyn Nets are actively engaged in discussions on a trade package that would send star point guard Russell Westbrook to Brooklyn in exchange for star point guard Kyrie Irving. League sources told Yahoo Sports. There's palpable optimism that an agreement can be struck between the two sides this offseason, but there remain a few hurdles, sources said. Draft compensation is an ongoing talking point for the Nets, and they want shooting guard Joe Harris, who is recovering from left ankle surgery, and his remaining $38.6 million owed over the next 2 years included in the deal, sources said. The Lakers have been disinclined to the inclusion of Harris and are instead seeking the insertion of sharpshooter Seth Curry as part of the agreement, sources said. Curry is on an expiring $8.5 million deal.
would love to have Seth over Joe Harris, but
so you can see why the Nets are like, okay, we're already going to take Westbrook off your hands, but nobody wants Westbrook, right?
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that, man. Come on,
Well,
man.
here's
Please.
the
Hey,
issue.
man, be respectful. Be respectful, man. Shout out to my boy Russ, man.
Issue, that may seem like okay, that should may seem like a no brainer, but if you notice, like there's no contracts on the Lakers that's past 2022, and because they have all types of cap space for 2023, and the reason why that is because they don't know what LeBron gonna do yet, you know, and
either way it goes,
and they don't want to commit to that type of money, and he ends up leaving, and all of a sudden they don't have enough cap space to do what they want to do. Whereas if he decides to leave and they still got that cap space, they can make the team they want just like that because they got plenty of cap space for 2023, and there's expected to be a bunch of people that's going to be free agents that year.
Right, so that's their point of view. But from the Nets' point of view, you can understand why the Nets would say, if we're going to take Westbrook and give you Kyrie, then at least the least you could do is, kind of throw us a bone with a solid and take Joe Harris.
And that's fair. And the Lakers are
saying,
okay,
are like, no.
if we do that,
hey, they better take THT too. Please.
No. That's for another deal. You don't want him to take THC. That's for another deal.
I don't care. Just get him out of here.
He's going to get out of here, but you need him for get another wing. So you don't need.
I'm just saying, man. THT's probably the ugliest player on our team for sure.
That's how you feel. The dude barely 21, so whatever. That's how you feel, but you need him for another deal because you could flip him and Kendrick Nunn for Cam Reddish for somebody.
We gonna flip THT? This bum, he doesn't have any trade value left. The way he played last season. Get this man off the court, please.
He has trade value. Don't say that. He has. Look for the people that got traded off, and then what they got back for him.
Bro,
so don't say he don't have no trade value.
Didn't we offer Russ and THT to the Pacers, and they were like, "Nah, we'll pass." What do you mean? THT ain't got no doggone.
Hasn't Toronto asked for THT the last 2 seasons?
Then why haven't we sent his happy ass up north already?
Because we didn't want to do it.
Oh, that was dumb. That sounds like we need to get Rob out of here.
We didn't want to do it because remember that was for Kyle Lowry at first.
Ew, gross.
So
Kyle Lowry's another one. He's trash too in the playoffs.
So what? So don't say you don't have no trade value. It could happen. It's a matter. It's a matter of draft picks.
Lord have. What I'm saying is, when I say that he doesn't have any trade value, I mean he doesn't have as much trade value as he had coming into last season, which he doesn't. Let's be honest.
He doesn't, but let's be
okay.
Real.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, there has to be some dumb team that'll be like, oh, well, he's still young. Maybe he can still grow. Of course, there's going to be a dumb team out there that might want to take THT. I
If
pray
he's
for
on another
that.
team, he's balling
Shane,
out.
I pray for that
If he's
every
on
night.
another team, he's balling out. It's just the fact that he's on the Lakers, and he's on a fan base that wants immediate results, and he's not going to get immediate results with someone who's barely 21.
Because he's
So
trash.
he's not trash.
He is trash.
He's not
He
trash.
played like he played like trash last season.
You can say that, but he's not trash.
Okay, so Shane, your position is that if the Joe Harris thing is the only thing holding up the deal, that the Lakers should just go ahead and do it, right? That's what you're saying, right?
I mean, I'd
That's
rather
right.
have Steph Curry than Joe Harris too, but
Of
you can
course.
talk me into Joe Harris
But when you
every
say
time we do this.
Shane, when you
Huh?
say it's not about the. Of course, anybody would rather have Seth. It's about the money. It's
It is
because
about the money.
Yeah,
Seth is making 8.5 next year, and
Right.
he's expiring after the season.
right. It's
Mm-hmm.
about the money.
Well,
It's about his health because you don't know if he's healthy yet.
but I'm saying, but while Harris has 38 million left over 2 years, so it'll be 19 next year, and then another 19 the year after that. And like you said, they don't know what LeBron is going to be do after next season. So if
Mm.
LeBron leaves, and now that's you already just explained it. You already said why the Lakers uh, don't want to take on that Joe Harris contract.
Right, but the issue I think is growing up is not only do they want you to take Joe Harris, but they want both draft picks, not just one. Which that's like you asking for everything where it doesn't need to be everything. And then
Uh,
also because they want to flip Kendrick Nunn, THC, maybe one of those draft picks to get another wing, and then you'll have Kyrie, Joe Harris, and another shooter to go along with everything we have. Then now all of a sudden we have business. But
I mean, it's like for me, on the one hand, I go, well, I don't really think that we're gonna win a championship if we get Kyrie. So I'd rather just
I
have
disagree.
the
I
flex.
disagree with that.
I'd rather just have the flexibility in next summer if LeBron
Mm-hmm.
decides he's gonna go somewhere else. But on the other hand, I think about it. And I know what Kyrie Irving can do, and I think
Right.
about us having the option of having this guy who's a walking 25 to 27 points a game, and what we could, like think of just down the stretch in the fourth quarter, just
Mm-hmm.
having another guy like that who can just go and get a bucket. If
Man gets buckets.
I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just hard to say. It's like a flip a coin. Like
It's not that hard to me. Like it's either you're gonna take Joe Harris money, or you gonna go, with backup plan number two, which is again harder than the first plan.
It's not
So
that hard for you because you're not in the negotiations.
it, dude, I may not be in negotiations, but it don't take no damn 4 or 5 days. You
Yes,
know,
it
Mitch,
does.
so
Clearly, it does.
Mitch,
Clearly, it does.
what side of the fence do you stand on? Do you stand on the side of let's just do whatever we have to do to get
I
Kyrie?
My official position is fuck Kyrie. Let's keep Russ and let's run this back. That is my official position.
Okay.
But however, I do live in reality, so I do know that Kyrie is gonna probably be coming. So off the record, I mean,
okay, okay. Go before you do that. Let's go to your view. Say nothing happens. We keep Russ.
okay, right, yes,
How do you
happy
That's
you know
to
something
how
else.
hear.
That's
how Russ's personality is?
Uh
How do
huh.
you look at Russ and be like, okay, clearly you don't want to be here no
Oh,
more. Clearly we don't want you to be here no more. But how
oh.
do we just move forward and say, fuck it, let's do the best we can this season?
So you're saying it could be like a whole like Lamar Odom type situation where we tried to trade him
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
he might
Maybe
mentally
worse.
break down.
Maybe worse.
I don't
Think
think
worse.
Westbrook. I think Westbrook is a professional enough. He's only been here for 1 year. Odom
Right.
felt like that because he had been here since 05 and won 2 titles and made
Right.
3 finals. And he's like, how can y'all do me like
And
that?
that's true, but Lamar Odom's wife was not threatened by the fans. The fans did not say, Lamar, don't shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a thing with
I'm just saying.
the Lakers organization, it's a thing with the Lakers fan base. Like, you
Rest
really
of the
going to expect them to
No,
go
but you
back
you
and
just
deal
but
with
you're
our
just
fans like
saying
that?
but you're just like saying but you were just making it about the franchise though, the front office. I don't understand. You be
I
mixing
mean,
up
that's
components.
part of it, but it's also the fan base as well. Because he didn't heard all the Westbrook this, Westbrook that. Please
Hey,
go.
hey, hold on. Watch your mouth, man. Don't be saying his last name like that.
I'm not
Okay?
trying to say.
Be
I'm saying what
respectful.
the fans are saying. So
Well, don't repeat
if
it.
you hearing this,
That's like a white dude repeating the N-word after you saying it.
fine,
Be respectful.
You
Be
say
respectful.
if you
Please.
go in the
Hey,
bathroom,
He's heard the fans
Russ.
disrespect his
Hey,
name
Russ, I got
all
your back,
summer.
brother. Don't trip, man. I won't let him say your name like that, man.
He
Me,
heard.
me and
Okay,
Russ versus
okay.
Skip Bayless
I'll
right
ask this.
now.
My bad, Westbrook. I'm not trying to talk about your name. I'm just saying what the fans are saying. I
if you
won't say
go
your name like that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Like,
if you go in
you can't.
if you go in the bathroom and turn off the light and say Westbrook 3 times in the mirror, Westbrook will appear ready to put you on a crippler crossface.
He might.
Yo, I
He
can
got
see
that
that.
life. He might. You know what I'm saying? He
I
might. But
believe that,
hey,
man.
but go back. He's here. He's heard the fans disrespect him all summer, all season. Why do you expect him to
Heard what he
disrespect?
told him. He said, "Take your ass off, man, if you don't like us
Huh?
being trash." Heard what he told that video where he told that fan that they were talking about the fan was talking trash behind the bench, and Westbrook
Yep.
said, "Take your ass home there."
Right. That's what I'm saying. You expect him to go through
Listen,
that for another year?
well, listen, not everybody's as mentally fragile as you. So I would say Russell is confident enough that he can play well enough that the fan base would love him. Because Laker fans are fickle. If you're playing well, then they would jump right back onto the bandwagon. So I think Russ is confident enough that if he plays well, they'll be like, okay, all right, Russ, hey man, my bad. We was wrong. We was just trying to hype you up. Because the
Nah,
same thing, no, shut up. Because
that's wishful thinking.
the same thing happened to KCP, did it not?
And it
My,
still happened to KCP.
myself included. I was like, oh my
It
god,
still happened to
this man is
KCP.
playing like trash. And then he stopped playing like trash and he started playing like the KCP we all felt like we knew he could be. And then
And then
it
he
was all
struggled against
good.
Phoenix, and he went back to KCP is trash. So, with you,
Well,
Yeah, did you ever think as a Laker fan you'd miss the days of KCP?
oh man, oh man. Oh well, I don't miss
oh
Will
that,
McDonald saying KC3. I don't miss that, but I do miss the
and now
KCP
they talking
Kuz
about they miss
days.
Kuz all of a
I
sudden.
always miss Kuz. I got a Kuz
Yeah, I
shirt.
miss Kuz.
I got a Kuzmania sweater. Like
He
I was
was.
all in on Kuz.
That's people been asking me because I said that like when Shane said that I don't know if it was on air or off air, but he said he'll be glad when LeBron leaves. And
Oh
I
That's a
God,
tweeted
fact.
and
That's a fact.
I tweeted that and said, "Well, I agree, but I don't want him to leave, and I don't want him to leave until he retires." You know,
and
so
that does make sense to me. By the way,
because it's not a good
I
idea
mean,
if
if
you
he
have
retires,
LeBron.
cool. I just don't want him to leave, and he everything is bare. Like, we ain't got no draft picks, we ain't got no cap space, and we have to start from the bottom. And that's what I feel is what the front office is worried about too. That's
Yeah,
why they're holding off to, okay, yeah, we're not trying to use the 2023 money yet. Okay, we noticed like all this just free agent signings, they use no cap space. So
yeah. Let's get into the oh, I guess just quickly. I mean, the odds of Kevin Durant coming here are probably slim
slim
and
to
none.
none.
Yeah, it
slim to
was.
none if you don't include AD.
Right, and it was
Get
funny.
that fool out of here. Then I'm with it. Whatever.
They don't want to trade AD though. They already reported it, so it's no deal.
Well, whatever. Either way, really quick. Did you guys see this lethal shooter video that he posted of AD talking about? Oh, AD locked in now.
I've seen it twice.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it, Anthony? Oh my gosh. Lethal
And
Shooter is over
supposedly
here
he's getting
hyping
up
up
at 4
AD.
a.m. in the gym every day. So
No, it's 4:50. He can't
well,
be in the gym at 4 o'clock like Kobe was. It's at
okay.
4:50. That's when he's showing up.
Well, we'll see what the results are. I will say this: the form looks better.
He's always had good form. The problem was his shots going in. The problem was him not being on the court to even shoot shots.
Hey, I
True.
gotta admit though, like if I were a basketball player and I was getting paid to play basketball, like I would never practice like at 4 o'clock in the morning. Right? I would just do my normal, like I would do what I have to do, and I would
Nah,
work
Anthony,
out.
that's cap.
I would
I'm not
work
buying.
out
I'm not
at a
buying that.
reasonable time on my own time,
I'm
but
not
I
buying
would,
that. No, I'm not buying that.
because
I'm not
think
buying
about
that
it,
from
like,
you.
it's like in our personal lives, like the jobs that we do, we don't, you know, I
But
mean,
that's
like,
different though, because that's an actual job.
Oh,
This should be
that's
your
awkward.
this
Because
this is a
I log in on my days off. I log in super early a lot of days.
you
I'm
do.
not here trying to be the best. I do. I'm not here trying to be the best. That's why I'm number one right
yeah.
now.
And I work just too darn on my job, but that's what say that's a job. This should be what you love to do. You're hooping for a living. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people that would take your place in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? You still like half-assing it, or I'll take a break for too much. No, not when you've been injured all this damn time and missed all these damn games. You don't get to take a break.
So hold
Say
on.
your ass in the gym.
Let me read the tweet that Lethal Shooter posted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis been locked in. Training every day at 4:50 a.m. is what it takes. After 400 makes, free throws are key. To be the best, if you need to be up before the rest, more work to be done this summer. Uh,
That should really
Flag
be a
emoji,
thousand makes.
target emoji. Stay locked in.
That should
Yeah.
really
Listen,
that really should be a
and then
thousand
and then
makes. 400 is too small, but
and then he posts a video of AD only making one free throw. So I'm just like, come on, man.
no, he made like two or three, but that be a last spot. Seen him.
No, I'm literally watching the video. He takes this one dribble, hits one free throw, the video ends, and it's on
I'd
a
rather him
loop.
show a video of him shooting jump shots instead of free throws. You know, he has struggled with his free throws, but
I'd
again,
rather I'd rather see a video of him staying healthy for a whole season.
I mean that's not gonna happen. That's wishful thinking, but
Is it? Why should that
yeah,
be? But here's the question: why should that be wishful thinking, though? Why should
because
I
he
not
doesn't he
expect him
doesn't
to play a
train
full
the way
season?
he should properly train.
Okay, so I don't want to see this bullshit about like him staying locked in on his fucking free throws. You're a damn professional player. How much is AD making this season?
I
Does
want to
anybody know?
say 30 plus.
He's
40.
making he's making too much money to not make his fucking free throws. The man was like an 80% free throw shooter, and now he's like a 60%.
Well,
Nah, that's bullshit. I don't
there's a
want to hear it.
response to there's a response to the KD. I'm not KD KG video, and
It's
Mm-hmm.
a dumbass response
but
because you can't make up for all the work that he already missed. Bro, that's the first thing. Like, honestly, I don't want to see any videos. Just like, bro, just work, man. Please, just keep your head down. Don't let Lethal Shooter post for you or anything like that. You're just inviting more criticism. I don't want to see it. Just please, just work. And like Shane said, actually, yeah, you should be at like 1,000 makes, but whatever. Just man, just please, AD, just keep your head down and like try to focus on staying healthy. That's the first thing, and then whatever, man. I'm
Thing
done with
about
this
it is
fool.
that I heard Bomani Jones say that JJ Redick said that AD only, I think we all kind of suspected this already, but AD only plays when he's 100% healthy, right? So, and like, I felt like when
And he did say I saw what he said there, and that's funny coming from JJ Redick, who before he retired didn't want to sign with a team until it came to playoff time because he didn't want to do training camp. But yeah, you're talking about somebody else's health.
But that's another thing that started with LeBron.
That's
I remember in 2010 when LeBron's last year, that first stint in Cleveland, his last year, before he went to Miami, when they were playing Boston in the playoffs, LeBron had some type of elbow injury, right? But it wasn't.
That's
you
right.
remember that?
Okay. Yeah,
But
yeah.
but it
This was the
wasn't.
whole he punched the board or something stupid like that. Was that the
Yeah.
time?
Yep.
Okay, I don't remember what it was. I just remember he had some. It was his elbow was bothering him, right? But obviously he could still play. And I remember Kenny Smith saying that it's some guys who, if they're not 100%, then just mentally they're not the same player. And we grew up watching Kobe, where Kobe played through injuries and played well through injuries. The
Right.
guys would have missed 4 months of the season. And he
The
would
man
play
won a
with a freaking.
championship with a broken finger.
And he would remember when he would have his shoulder all bandaged up. He would like dislocate his shoulder, and most people would have
Yeah.
missed like 4 months. And he missed he might miss 10, 15 games or something like that, about a month and a half or something. But after that, he was back, and he played with his shoulder bandaged up. And it's
Man.
like, so Anthony Davis, though, not only will he not, is he just not the same mentally when he's out there, but he just won't. Period. And I remember when he had that groin injury in 2000 against the Suns, and I was just thinking, man, like, because they said that it was kind of like a mild groin injury, it was like a grade 1 or something like that. And it's like I just felt like it was more of a mental thing than a physical thing. Like he's not strong enough mentally to play through injuries. And he falls down every time he falls down and he thinks he's hurt. He has
I
to go to
mean,
the room. I'm kind of tired of it.
in fairness, though, if you're injured as much as he's injured, it's gonna start turning to mental. Like, okay, he gonna start thinking about his movements. He gonna start thinking about, okay, if I do this, it's my health. You know what I'm saying?
But last
Like,
year it was an ankle injury, wasn't it?
yeah,
That was the
freak ankle
last one. But before that, he was out for like months with the knee.
Yeah.
Right. But most of the injuries that he's had have not been major injuries. I guess so. I guess really these last 2 years have been the years where he had kind of usually he'd get kind of banged up and miss a few games here and there. But
Right.
now he's starting to have more kind of serious term injuries where he's missing big
And I
chunks
don't
of
know
the
if you
season.
remember this, but when he did his press conference when he signed the deal, he mentioned I don't know if I heard him, but he was like, "I was happy to sign a deal because I am kind of injury prone." So,
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I heard him
so
Lord have
mention that.
mercy.
he did say that out loud. So, and that,
In his defense, the year we wanted, I think this is what pisses me off the most because in his defense, the year we won the championship, that's when I
all
could
was too
see
quick.
that's when I could see his mental toughness because he would go down and he would get right back up. He didn't miss too many games. He didn't stay too long on the ground, anything like that. You could see his mental toughness that season. And the fact that you can't see it the past 2 seasons, I think that's really pissing me off. Like you've already shown me that you can do it. So the fact that you're not doing it anymore, it pisses me off.
Well, I think the hunger's gone because he got the win. So,
And he's making 38. I just think it was 38 million next year, and 40 the year after that, and then 44 the last year. That's the
Oh
third
my
option year.
gosh.
Okay, so before we get out of here, just a reminder to rate, review, and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. The show is also on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and every other major podcatcher. Make sure to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at TC Pod Network and to like it on Facebook. Just search for the Complete Podcast Network. Send feedback and mailbag questions to Complete Lakers Podcast at gmail.com. We are out.
Love you. Mean it.